Hi everybody and welcome back to this week 5 for our Math 151 online course. Professor Victor Micheli here. Okay, as I said before, I sent you this weekly week 5 summary about what we're going to have this week. So based in the calendar of you can find in the Concord syllabus and also in module 0, my advice was at the first time to print the semester at a glance. You can go back to module 0 and here you can see whatever is going to happen each week with date and time. So this week from September 22nd to September 28th, we will focus on module 4 system of equation. With this topic we're going to finish the unit 1, and also this week we're going to have a review for this unit 1, and we also gonna have the unit 1 exam. And for this unit 1 exam, we will use again Respondos Lockdown browser and the webcam. Okay, and the webcam must remain on and visible for the entire exam to meet testing requirements. No webcam, no showing your face or covering the camera will result in an automatic minimum grade 0. I said this because I had some students that I could see when they cover the camera with tape or also with a piece of paper. Please don't do it. Okay, and also you took your face out of the screen, so try not to do it, okay? Face in your exam, solve your exam, okay? So take action in advance. Do not wait until the last minute. Remember to avoid procrastination. Okay? The exam will be 110 minutes plus 30 minutes additional time to scan your work in order of 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Create a single PDF file, not too big, okay? And submit it in the corresponding link. The link would be the one right after the exam link, not in the exam link. It's the one after. Okay? It's extremely important to avoid any penalty. So read carefully the instructions for the exam. This is one example, what you're going to find in the instruction for the exam. Show all your work. Not doing so will result in 50% penalty on the affected answer. Okay? Even if the final result is correct. For example, if I'm going to ask, let's find the average rate of change of something, and you're going to say the average rate of change is 3. And remember, you have the units. Okay, but why? You have to show all your work. Okay? Use pencil only, not a pen. Please avoid scratches on your paper, okay, or messy work. Keep your handwriting clean and legible. Some students used to send their exams in a very, very clear format. What I mean clear is it's difficult to read, really, really difficult to read. So in advance, check whatever you're going to send first, okay? Because you're going to have a blank page with some kind of letter over there, but there's going to be impossible to read. Be organized and identify your answer clearly. Use proper function notation and also units. For example, for the average rate of change, it's going to be 25. 25 what? Miles per hour, dollars per year, or whatever. Use the units. So again, try to avoid penalties. Label your graph. If you have a graph with no labels, there's no information in that graph. So your graph is not going to be valid. So graph your axes, your inputs and outputs, and all your numbers in the graph. Okay? So again, no labels, no info, no valid graph. It will be 0. Also, state the vertical and horizontal intercept as x and y point. It's not that the vertical intercept is y equals 3. No. The vertical intercept would be something like 0, 3. And what would be the interpretation for that? Okay, you're not going to say, this is the initial value. I know that is the initial value for the vertical intercept. Okay, but that would be in year 2020, the revenue would be $3,000 or something like that. That's the interpretation. Same thing for the horizontal intercept. Okay, it's not that x is equal to 3. No, that is going to be 3, 0. Okay, and interpret your answer in the context of the problem, such as when you're going to explain the meaning of the average rate of change, the vertical and horizontal intercept. Okay, I already posted some support materials, so let me go to the modules this week again. So those are basically the most important thing you're going to do in the exam. Please follow the instructions. I don't want to give you some penalties. Okay, so let me go to week 5 again. This is our summary, of course, using rational reasoning lessons. We're going to finish with system of equations. Then you have, let me go back again. Then you're going to have some optional practice checkpoints. Okay. Also, this week you're going to have the same assignments you used to have to check your understanding. And when you finish, you're going to have the solution for check your understanding. You're going to have the quiz 4 using Lockdown Browser. It's going to be about the system of equation. Summary for this week, the discussion board for this week, and then here you will have exam review. It's going to be an example for the exam we're going to have. Solutions, then you're going to have another example, and then you're going to have the solution for that one. Again, here you will have all the information about the Lockdown Browser. Then you're going to have a practice quiz for the Unit 1 exam. Again, using Respondus Lockdown Browser and the webcam. One academic honesty agreement using Respondus Lockdown Browser. Then here you're going to have the exam. Okay, but you're not going to submit the exam here. You're going to submit your exam here. Let's see about the exam. Here, we're going to have the exam again. Okay, so you can notice here that the points is going to be 0. That means I'm not going to grade the exam here. And also, let's see the preview for the exam. Remember, you have to use Respondus again. Okay, so here you have all the instructions for the exam. Okay, here you will Desmos is going to be available for you, and it's going to lock the computer, and then you click here and you're going to have the exam in PDF form. So have your paper, your calculator, everything in advance. Okay, so you don't have to lose time. You can use your notes. Okay, what you can't use is another phone. Remember whatever is allowed to use here. Okay, no Google, no nothing. And then here we have upload, choose a file. No, you're not going to choose a file. You're not going to upload anything here. Okay, you're not going to submit the quiz here. You have to go to the next link, Unit 1 submission page. And over there, you're going to submit your exam in a PDF form. So that means when you finish the 110 minutes, as I said before, you're going to have 30 more minutes in order for you to scan, properly scan in a good resolution, not too big, not too low. Okay, it's very clear, something that you could read and something that I could read. Okay, because sometimes some students send something that is so clear that it's impossible to read. So sorry if you do that, you're gonna have the minimum grade. Okay, So when you finish, take your test, scan your test. You can go to module 0 about how to scan your test and create a PDF file, or you can go to YouTube, okay, how to create a single PDF files and scanning using an scan or using your phone, your Apple phone or your Android phone. Okay, then create a single PDF file, and look, you're not going to submit here again, you're going to submit in the next link. Okay, so wait. Let me see. So you're going to submit it. Wait, sorry, something happening here. You are going to submit it. Let me go to week 5 again. Okay, you're going to submit your exam here. Unit 1 exam submission. Not here. Unit 1 exam is where the exam is located. You're not going to upload anything there. You're going to download the exam over there or take your exam over there. And here is where you are going to submit your exam. Okay? Let's see. Sorry, the computer is slow today. Okay? So, it's here when you're going to submit your exam. Okay? There's going to be open something here to submission. Be sure to submit your exam here within 30 minutes of pressing the submit button on your exam. Upload yours as a single PDF file with all pages in order. Okay? Very clear, not too big. Not a big file. Okay? So this is mostly the things we're gonna do this week. So some kind of inconvenience with it today because I can see it's really slow. Okay, but anyway, if you have any question, please let me know in advance. And remember again, please try to avoid procrastination. Have your computer full of charge. Have your pencil, your eraser, your sharpener, your piece of papers in order, like 6 blank pages, both sides. Clearly identify your answers, write your name, okay? So try to avoid any kind of penalties, okay? If you have any question in advance, please let me know. Okay, have a nice week.